I would like to show you a new project of mine called Mute, which is a programming language inspired of bits and pieces of other languages I really enjoy. So to start, we'll create a comment. So a comment in Mute is like this. You start with hash and so we'll create a hello world program. To do an operation such as printing something in Mute, you need brackets like these. So this defines an operation. To print something, you just need the quotes like that. So we'll have hello world, and that creates our hello world program. In Mute, we'll create the conditions. Conditions in Mute are defined with parentheses like this. So we'll only print something if 5 is bigger than 1, and we have something. Let's say we want to print a value. Well, a value, a variable in Mute is declared like this. So we have a cat, and the cat is worth 5. Yeah, if we want to print the result, we're just going to do like this, and then value string cat. Well, we got the first thing of cat, but I don't think we need the 0. So cat is worth 5. Let's say the cat has 5 legs. So legs, cat, legs. So the cat has 5 legs. If we only want to print this under a condition, we'll do cats.legs. Oops, legs is bigger than. If it's bigger than 4, well then it will print it. It will still print it. Cat legs. This language is very concise, and there's basically, well, there are no word operators or function names, or anything is defined by you, and anything can be anything. If you wanted to, you could do if right here, if it pleased you. It would still work like a normal operator, but actually what happens in this case is that if takes the value of like if becomes a variable. So if we print the value of if, I think it should be printing, I don't know, but well, basically here at this point, if is, oh, it has no value. Okay, so I'll show you how to make value. So if we do have a value to if maybe 10, and we try to print if, well, print 10. So basically what happens here is that it doesn't really quite behave like a normal, well, like the other programming languages. In this case, if like whenever you start a new line and say something like something, then this something is going to be worth something. If we do it like this, then something is worth 10. So in this case, we wrote if, and basically we gave it a value. So if took the value of 10. Okay. So this is how it works. But it lets you do really simple things and really more complicated things. If we wanted to make a loop, like a while loop, it's quite interesting how it works. And it's quite beautiful, fine. So let's make a loop. This is a simple loop, and we will break it down right down. So basically you start by saying value equal 1. And to call a value upon itself, you'll to create a recursive function. You'll do this will just have it call itself and make an infinite loop. If we give it a condition where c needs to be, well, it's going to break at 30. In this case, it will still want to break at 30, but it's not being incremented. So we're just going to increment it by saying c equal c plus 1, and we're going to print it. We don't need this, and this is going to be c. We don't need this. So it's being printed 30 times. In the above example, I had something like this. The $sign is actually the name for itself, which will pretty much do something as C, but in the case where you have a long name, so if you have like I don't know, long name, then you can just use the $sign. So this is how it works. As you can see with the while example, there's no mention of like while something and then something having to be declared before and then an operator to do stuff in the middle. It's just like one line and does everything. There's no if or else or for. So this is what I have right now. I have a few other things that are quite interesting, like you can combine arrays. So this is a multi-dimensional array. I don't have a good printing system for arrays right now, but basically what happens in this case, I have two arrays, and they're merged into one value called combined, and combine has indexes in it. So the first index we'll call array number 1, second index we'll call array number 2, and you can just recall values in there. This becomes more useful when you start dealing with like gets and things like that. So like let's say if I had a post value like this, like hello, no, how about foobar, foo bar. If I want to grab that value, I wrote a small inlet system that lets you do just that. We're going to try it. It's quite in development, so just say something, like when I write value, it can really be anything. There's a module system in mute, and it's being called like this, so we're going to do like get. That will look for the get array, and then how do we call it? Foo. So this value will become the well, it should be print bar. It should print bar actually. So we'll try it. What value? Awesome. So this is quite working. This is coming along. It's working almost. Well, mute lets you do other smaller things such as random stuff, like a value between 10 and 20. If we print it, oops, we have a random value. Yeah, I think that's pretty much covers what I have right now. It's pretty interesting. I'm building a website with this language now, and for me, I think it's the most exciting thing. I've been trying to create a language that's really concise and really kind of like, well, I find it looks pretty good. Creating objects and things becomes really really simple when you can just do like this, and eventually you'll be able to call like something like this, but actually have test being a function. Something like this for me is the most interesting aspect of programming.